Everybody, this is Rob Keynes with 𝘎𝑀𝑒𝑠.com, and I'm up here with Jim from Silverback Precious Metals, Forsythe Engineering, and he's the one for Silverback that does all the manufacturing of bars. So I came up here to make a couple of Gold Silver Pros bars. You guys may have seen this design on our Twitter, and we're getting ready to roll out that bar, and that's what I'm going to be casting today. So we're going to show you that process and kind of walk you around his shop and show you how it's all done. A little bit of insider video, and then I'll bring some bars home. We may do some giveaways or things with those bars. So stay tuned to our social media.
And a special treat, your bars are going to be made from the 100th bar that we've processed.
Awesome. Perfect. The Centennial. Centennial Edition silver bars.
And provided by Ian of ArkSilver.
That's right. We got to mention Ian of ArkSilver, who provides us all the silver that we run through our channel and that Jim uses for his shop. A lot of that silver comes through there as well. So thank you, Ian, and ArkSilver for contributing silver. All right, we're going to get started here in a moment. Get all the machines set up. And we're going to walk you through. I think this will be a lot of fun.
Welcome to Gold Silver Pros.
So here we are at the Silverback Precious Metals fabrication facility, and we're going to open the Centennial box. This is a 100 bar that Jim is going to be processing, and it's from Ian, our good friend Ian at ArkSilver.
And here we go. So we're going to open up, and we don't even know what brand of bar it is, and I'm using a strange knife.
And while he's doing that, among the things that will get produced from that, these are the 5-ounce bar variety blanks. So these is one denomination or size that Silverback will mint, and then there'll be others as well.
Yeah, I'll cut through that, Rob. You get a 3 monster box.
Wow.
Oh my, we're in for a treat. Oh my gosh, that's a Swiss one. All the way from Switzerland. It's a pan. Oh my.
Oh, that. I feel guilty.
Oh my God.
I always feel guilty for cutting these.
You got the Switzerland right here.
That is a pan.
Bar numbers.
Oh my gosh.
So what's the weight?
The weight is
This one right here.
32.854.5
So that's over
kilos.
1,000 ounces.
Okay, let's pick this baby up.
Got a little bit of a mint mark back here, it looks like, on the
That's
side.
the pan. Yeah. There we go. Catch, Rob.
Right, yeah, you gotta let Rob lift it, curl it.
I'll see if I can do it.
Oh, I'm not in construction like him.
Here we go. 1,000 ounces.
So there was a contest once I hear where if you could pick the bar up with one hand, you could keep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been practicing for a long time. I can do it too.
Now one hand?
Yeah, well, you've got to start somewhere.
I'm not even going to try. So
Today we're going to cut it up in small enough chunks to feed it into the granulator to make the other bars.
And this machine, part of it was custom designed by a friend of yours, right? I think that was the story.
Yeah, so there's this feed mechanism, which we're actually not going to use for what we're doing. This is to feed the bar precisely so you get set distances to get set weights.
Okay.
So it's a ball screw drive. It's got a Arduino back here controlling it. Interfaces this computer, and we can basically move it a set distance. And it's geared in such a way it can push like 500 pounds.
So the computer has a program on it that's interacting with the machine, telling it how much to move, and you've got that calculated so you know how much you're slicing on.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm doing it by spreadsheets with curve fits because the weight per millimeter changes over the length of the bar. So we're doing a curve fit, looking at the weight per millimeter, and predicting what the next cut should be, and refining it as we go along the bar. This one would come out great because it's nice and uniform. There's some with pits and with divots. Yeah, so the variations at the top are because the load is changing as it engages more of this bar. And then once it hits the solid section, it goes pretty nicely. So we're actually looking at a way to do a precise drop instead of this piston drop so that you get uniform quality.
So here we've got a big chunk of a cut silver bar in the crucible, and it's melting. This will get hot, the top will get red, it'll melt and it'll fall through, and you'll start to see the silver shock kind of come out the bottom side. Now, I think on this one they have, you said there's holes in the bottom, and those are sized to be a certain type of size of shot. Is that the way that works?
Yeah, they're, I think the 1/32 inch. Over time they get bigger, and that's
okay. 1/32
like the
of an
walls.
inch.
Yeah, the walls of this are starting to get really thin. So
Okay.
well, I got a bunch more in here. This is what they look like brand new.
About how long does one of these
See the
last?
holes in the
Yeah.
bottom?
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's about 3,000 ounces.
3,000 ounces worth. Now we got the cool shot. The bottom here it's cooled down, so we can work with it. And let that water drain out. This direction? Forward?
Yeah. I'd hold on the other rod. There you go. And you tip it straight vertical, but inside. You don't have to get it all out. We'll get it next time. Yeah, baby. So you want to tear the scale, so you hit the tear button once it settles. I measure out 1/4 cup. That came out 7.19. No, all right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna granulate. I've never had to deal with this before, but this shot is huge. You saw how it was like it was like ½ an ounce for one of these.
So you're here going to pour silver shot. I measured out about 10 ounces each, slightly over 10. We're going to put it in the mold, put it in the machine, and cast the bar. So that's what's next. So you guys are going to watch me fill up the machine with, you do 8 buckets on this mold of silver shot. Ian suggested this is a lot like baking, although you're just doing it with metal. Slow is good, because each one of these weighs so much, and if we take any of this out, and the bar will not be correct.
By the way, I would pour at a 90-degree angle there. Yeah, there you go. Just easier, I think.
This is graphite. It's really soft, and so we use these tongs. You can see if you touch it, you get it on your hands. And yes, graphite is the stuff that's used in pencils. It's one of the softest metals. If you look at the Moore's hardness scale.
I did not know that.
What we're going to do next, open this bad boy up. And you mind coming around and holding this so it doesn't slam shut on me. Alright, now we're going to go grab down the lower level of handles. And I'm going to do, first time I'm doing this, I'm doing 2 hands. Because it gets a little bit heavier when you get the metal in there. And this is a really soft metal, so make sure.
Yeah, I basically have a big right arm now, small left arm.
Exactly, it's a workout. Jim, you can instruct me on how to set the machine.
All right, so it should already be programmed. So see the auto button on the top right?
Yep.
Just hit auto. I think I've got it set for 7.5 minutes of heating and about 8:20 for cooling. And then there's like a 5-second pause in the middle, 5-second alarm, 25 seconds of vacuuming.
So it's cooling in the kiln, basically. And then you're going to pull it out, put it in here, and we're going to dump it.
Well, yeah, so it'll cool in place in the kiln, but
yeah.
You can see right now it's heating. Yeah. It's about 40 kilowatts.
Okay, 40 kilowatts.
It's a lot of BTUs. Very hot.
Like dropping it in soup.
Like
Space them out.
equally spaced around the azimuth there.
This one to arm?
Yeah, green to arm it, then the green button to start it up. There you go.
What this is doing is just polishing it.
Yep, it's polishing. It also cleans off that residue. It's
Cleans
like
off
kind of
the
dual
residue.
purpose. It's got a polishing powder and some sort of a detergent. And
So what we got here is a bunch of like the ball bearings essentially.
yeah, there's 3 different size ball bearings.
Okay.
And then,
And the ball bearings are discounting the metal to smooth it out.
yes, and there's polishing compound in there that gets between, so it acts like a polish. But then there's also some stuff in there that basically keeps it from hammering it. It's more of a gliding action across
Like
silver.
a lubricant of some sort.
Yeah, so and you have to change this, rinse all the water out and replace it with fresh water and add this stuff in it, this polishing compound.
Okay. About how long do you do this for?
You can do it up to like an hour or 2. The problem is, the longer you do it, the more chance they're going to hit each other.
Yeah.
But it'll polish, like, we tend to do about 45 minutes,
Okay.
half an hour to 45 minutes.
Very cool.
If you don't do this, then you'd have to go steam clean the polish residue off, otherwise it creates milk spots.
I sat down at the 20-ton press, is that correct?
Correct. Yes, the precision press, and it's 20 tons.
Okay, and on this 20-ton press, we've got the 5-ounce bars that you're going to be pressing with the design. Which design are we doing here?
So we're going to do the Silverback 5-ounce. So I just
Awesome.
swapped out the stamp.
And the stamp just goes right here.
Yeah, so there's the stamp.
There's the stamp right there. Can't get a great picture of it, but it's going to put 20 pounds of pressure right here on that bar as he puts it in. It's going to press it.
What we found, if you just have the metal piece and put the silver up against it, what happens is when you stamp it, it spreads the silver out a little bit and it pushes the steel back, and then you get further and further off from where you should be stamping.
So now you're just tightening the holding bracket down.
Yeah, just to hold that template in place.
Just lines it in place for when you put the stamp down on it.
Yeah, and then the printed part gives it a little flexibility to. Oh, Alright, that's why I did TPU, so you can smash it and not hurt it.
Okay.
Alright, so now I'll switch over to auto mode.
Wow, that was fast. That's all it
Yeah.
takes, huh?
So here's generally how we're going to be doing it.
Once we get good at this, you can do quite a few bars.
Yeah.
Perfect. And I'm just going to show the audience some of the bars that you're pressing here. If you don't mind, line those up. And there we go. It's a beautiful 5-ounce, fresh pressed Silverback Precious Metals bars. Very awesome.
Well, the granulation takes a while right now. Assuming I'm doing the granulation and doing the bars, probably 700 to 1,000 ounces worth a day. So
That's a lot.
That's 140 to 200.
Okay.
It might be less than that. The 5s take a lot more labor. If I had another person helping, the machine can crank out a lot more than that. But even measuring the shot takes a long time. It wants to make sure your hands are clear, otherwise it won't go.
Check it out, my first bar. That is very cool. So what is this material? It's very squishy.
TPU.
TPU?
It's a 3D printed material that it's very tough, but it's also flexible.
Yeah.
And that way, as the silver smashes out, it doesn't push the steel back, but yet it makes sure that the bar's in place. I don't know if that's what people do in general. I'm kind
The
of
perfect bar. Done by Gold Silver Pros. Thank you very much. And safety. Safety first. What's the name of this machine, Jim?
It's a fiber laser. It's a 30-watt fiber laser.
Very cool. And this is very interesting machine. So you're pre-programming in those numbers to a spreadsheet on the computer. See right here.
Yeah, so it auto indexes them.
Okay.
I'm doing this. I made this little 3D printed rig. First off, to protect the silver when I put it face down.
Yeah.
But then also so I can do 4 at a time, so I can go do something else while it's doing this.
Okay. And you're just matching the schematics of this drawing with this so that it goes out perfectly.
Yeah, just line them up. And
Yeah.
so they're each showing strides of 4, but I do 301, 302, 303, 304, and then they all skip 4 to get 4 at a time.
So is this what this machine's typically used for, or did you just adapt it?
This is what this was sold for. It's used for all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
The particular power was high enough to do silver, probably not aluminum, but I don't plan on doing aluminum.
Wow, I'm done. We're back. I'm obviously back in the Dallas-Fort Worth area after having visited Jim and hanging out with Ian as well in Jim's shop. Jim runs Forsythe Engineering. Jim is an engineer by trade, as well as being a part of Silverback Precious Metals. So he did the engineering to build the shop. And of course, Silverback Precious Metals is the entity that produces the bars. I wanted to give a big shout out to Jim and his partners that have been involved in putting this together. There was a huge amount of money and effort put together before Jim ever had an order, and he did this on faith, and I think has developed a wonderful business. He is now a custom minter, proven his worth. He's now done 100 of those 1,000-ounce bars, which is just phenomenal. And the process has gotten better and better and better every time. Some of the footage that we didn't bring you, but wanted to chat about for just a moment, was setting up of the shop. Has to have a very custom electrical system put in, because we're talking industrial use. And so it has to be a 3-phase power system instead of maybe a one-phase standard that you typically would think of. A lot of equipment came from overseas. A lot of equipment were adapted for specific purposes and were set up in a run. And it just takes an incredible amount of effort to do this, and really is a credit to Jim for putting all of this together. I'm sure it took all of his engineering acumen to do it. And it's just wonderful to see, you know, a new private mint born here in the United States, and also a privilege to be a part of that, and to have the opportunity to make our own bars here at Gold Silver Pros to give to you guys. And I really want to thank Ian of 𝘲𝑗𝑚 from providing, you know, the 1,000-ounce bars to Jim to do that. Ian has those connections with the wholesale market, and, you know, Jim setting up the mint. And then of course we help distribute and, you know, get the word out. And it's been a wonderful partnership. We really thank Silverback Precious Metals, ArkSilver, Forsythe Engineering for this. You know, it's been a long time since I worked with my hand. In 2018, I sold out of my real estate, and I've had the itch to get back into it. And I've never worked with metal, and it was just a fascinating process. Different rules, the different safety requirements. Okay, very high heat that we're putting the silver through to melt it. Obviously, machinery, but just a wonderful learning process and a lot of fun. And I just really enjoyed it and would love to go back and do it again. And who knows, maybe I'll be crazy enough eventually to start one of my own here in Dallas area. In any case, I wanted to give a big thanks out to Jim, also his family, for supporting us while we're there, and all of you guys for supporting us as we put this together. It really was just a ton of fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. We really kind of put it together for you so you could see how this process goes, and see Rob, making goofy mistakes, but really having fun doing this and learning the process, and just been so much fun. And thank you guys for tuning in this video. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope that you appreciate, you know, the bars that come out of Silverback Precious Metals, and you guys appreciate the limited edition bars that we made for Silver is Freedom through that process. Of course, after we left, Jim finished up the rest of the bars for us, and you can get those at ArkSilver.com. And stay tuned. We're going to do some more designs and maybe switch things up and do some more interesting stuff. So stay tuned to Gold Silver Pros, our YouTube channel, our website, and sign up for our email off of goldsilverpros.com. And that's where you'll get the latest updates on projects like this. All right, until next time, Rob Keats, Gold Silver Pros. Thanks for watching us make silver bars.
Hey, thanks for watching. We selected these videos just for you. Check them out. And remember, $4.99 a month keeps the lights on and the channel going. So join our Gold Silver Pro supporter membership. We appreciate your support. Keep stacking.